Hi guys, it's Nat here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is Saturday here in South Australia and the sun is shining. It's about 25 and it's absolutely beautiful. So I've got the door open and I can hear all the birds chirping. So I've been off to the gym, done the shopping, run an errand for my parents, come home, had some lunch, went out, did some gardening. So I thought I'd have a crafty break. Firstly, I've got a couple of things that I want to show you. In a previous video, I mentioned how I went to the post office and asked if I could have their scrap bits of the airmail sticker things that they seem to just throw in a pot in front of me. So I had the courage to ask. She asked how many I wanted. She said 5, 10, 100, and I was like, 100 would be good. So then she comes out with a rubber band around this stack. Dangerous goods, please. And I thought maybe she'd just given me a whole lot of new ones, but they might just be the rubbishy bits. I'm not sure. So I've got a whole heap of them now that I can dye and ink and play with, which is fun. Then the next thing is I went on AliExpress weeks ago and ordered a few bits and pieces, and of course they're all individual shops, so it all comes in dribs and drabs. So I got a drab of it the other day, which is these beautiful fern stickers, which I love. A lot of the time I struggle to find these things at a decent price around here, so I thought I'd just stock up on some stickers for some mass making in the future. And these Mo-Card vintage advertisements, car and retro note stickers. So there's a whole lot of different ones in here. I liked this pack because it had a lot of ones that were themes that I like to do, like vintage buttons, fish sewing theme. Can't talk today. I've been doing that all day. I think it's getting up early and doing too much exercise first thing in the morning. So some of these are absolutely beautiful. So they'll be a bit of fun to use, as will the boxes. I'll keep them for storage. And vintage labels. I do like using the ones that I stamp out mostly, but I did lash out a bit. They've got like mushroom ones and botanical ones, little bunny rabbit. And then the lovely Chrissy Phillips recently showed how she made some paint skins. Now, I'd never heard of this before, so it was really cool to see what she had done. So she must have poured some paint, let it dry to make some paint skins, and then she made some medallions out of them to sell on her Etsy, which I'll link below. And I love the colours she used, so of course I had to grab one of those. So that is her card there, Chrissy and Maggie Phillips on Etsy, and it come in this beautiful envelope that she's made. She hasn't done it up, which is cool. It hasn't been stuck together, so I can put it in a journal and open it up if I want. And then she put it in a beautiful purple bag for me, which I'll be able to reuse. And this is a gorgeous medallion that she had made. And I chose that one because it had really nice shades of purple in it. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you very much, Chrissy. I love it. So I'm going to start wearing that around the town now. And then I'll probably end up using it on a journal, knowing me, because I do wear jewellery. It annoys me. So I'll just put them to the side. Now I've been working on my group challenges because I've been, not slack, but I've been so busy as usual. They've been left to the last minute. So the lovely Susanna Easdale had challenged me and the group to make something out of the boxes or folders that you get your writing sets in. And then the lovely Deb from String and Scissors had challenged us to make something out of a frame. So if we had one of those photo albums, like the Victorian photo albums with the frames in, we could make it out of those. If not, then we could make it out of whatever other frames we could find. So I had this writing set box, and I absolutely loved the colour of it and thought, well, I don't really have to do too much to that. So I've made a start on it. Now it's a really weird box because it's got like this beautiful pattern here, but it opens this side. And this is sort of the back of it, and it opened up that way. Yeah, it's like weird to me. And I didn't like that because I'm thinking I will make a little journal to go in here and maybe something else. So I wanted to use it that way, I think. Makes more sense to me. So that's going to be odd, but that's all right. I might end up covering that a bit as well. So what I've done is I have used my matte medium to adhere some pianola paper to. Now another thing is I had been asked to show what I do with my leftover pianola paper after making the envelopes that I made with the start of them, and I said that I would do a series on that. And then I got so busy with my envelope journal, I thought, well, I sort of should do one thing at a time so I can try and finish something for once. So I'm still intending to do a lot with my pianola paper, and it'll probably be in the little journal that I slip into here, I reckon. So do keep your eye out for that if you're looking for ideas. I haven't used it a lot, so it'll sort of be a whole lot of firsts for me as well. I have used it to back some tags and that sort of thing, and for some embellishments. But I think it'll go really good with the journal I want to put in here. But that'll probably be done during the course of next month because I am flat out at the moment. So I've got my box, and then I thought, well, why not try and put all my challenges into the one as usual because I am so late. So I had recently found this album. Looks beautiful. I love the cover, and I'm going to reuse that for a glue book in the future, I reckon. And I got all excited, and then I looked and saw how drab the frames were. And then I thought, wonderful, because those Victorian frames are so pretty. I want to sort of keep them as they are in the other books and use them for future journals. But this one I had no trouble hacking into. So I cut one of the bigger frames out of it. Was it one? What size are we? I think it was one that size. Yeah, that I cut out. So I cut the page out, and once you cut the page out, it basically just fell apart. So there were like two sides to the page. So I hacked around them, and I did make a bit smaller than this outside bit to put in there for it to sit on, and I was going to make it like a tag that could slip under and pull out, but that's going to be a bit flimsy and annoying, so I have just backed it on there to give it some height. And then I cut out an extra bit of it to put on top to make it look a bit more like a frame. Now what I did was to change the look of it, I gessoed it, and then I went to town with some brown acrylic. Now my painting is really bad, as you can see. And I did 2 coats, mind you, and that's how it come out. That's how bad I am. So I was thinking, oh God, I'm going to have to do another 2 coats. But then I looked at it, I thought, you know, it almost looks like wood veneer. And I actually like that. It's a bit more rustic, and I think it fits in a bit better than if I did do a solid coat. So I just, I think I matte made them over the top of that and to seal it, and that's all I've done there. So now my idea here is I'm going to probably use some acetate to make a little window over the top there. And then I think I want to just embellish in here a little bit, and then to put some embellishments around. So it's a really simple alteration of both items, but I'm thinking by the end of the day, I'll be able to have those challenges done. Oh, my teammates are going to be so sad at me. But I'm liking it, and I keep thinking, what do I want to put on it? But I actually really like it simple, and I love the colour of this box. So I'm thinking we shall work on that. Now, firstly, I want to figure out what I want to put in here before I stick it all down, and whether there's bits that I want to slip under as well. So what I did was die cut some of these Tim Holtz. They're not the funky flowers. They're some sort of flowery, leafy thing. should have a look sometime because I'm pretty sure I picked it up from Auntie Vera, this one. So just as good as your funky flowers, I reckon. And I said about cutting out all the little bits. Now some of these are meant to go together, but I don't necessarily think I will put them together. Like I think that one goes on. Is it that one? No, it would go on like that, I think. I don't take much notice when I'm cutting these things, do I? See, that's quite nice, but I really like it just like that. I think that's got double layer. And then I could like... The other thing I grabbed was, it took me forever to find this. I'm liking me some hashing for this as well. So I'll just cut a bit of this off. So it's a bit of a craft with me, this, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I just know that I need to get it done. Just cut that a little bit more even down the bottom. Keep hearing gunshots. There's a rifle range a little way away from here. It surprises me how much we can hear the shots, actually. It's been annoying on a Saturday when I'm out in the yard. I really like that. I suppose it doesn't matter if we've got some bits missing there, so I'll just chop that down so it fits a bit better. It's another reason I'm doing that extra frame bit, so that I can put stuff underneath and it's got the height. So I think we'll do that. And then it's just a point of playing around with some of these bits. Which has extra backing on it too. These I cut out of my end book pages. Now, which bit does this? I think this belongs to this. Yeah, it does. I think I might stick the frame down because I don't think I will slip anything under other than... Oh, now it's got me thinking. I'm thinking of doing some like ruffled up cheesecloth or something, just peeking out under this side as I stick it down. I've looked at a few different things like lace and everything. Couldn't find my cheesecloth, but I found this tea-dyed cotton material, linen, whatever it is. So I reckon it looks quite nice frayed, and then just a little bit of it peeking out. So I'm going to turn this over and stick it down on this side. Yeah, so it just peeks out that little bit. That'll be the easiest thing to do. The lid's a little bit squashed in the middle, which is annoying, but I'm just trying to press this on flat, sort of, for a minute. It's a bit crooked. I'll split that down when I can. Looked straight for a minute, but that's a bit better. Right, that's looking really nice. Love it. So we've got our hessian, which I think we can put on, and we'll just leave these little threads up, so if we want to shove something underneath we can. Now, which way do I want the high stuff? Kind of like it going that way. A lot of threads everywhere. Is that the one I'm using? I have no idea. I have too many bottles out here. That's fitting in there really nicely. More threads. All right. Now, play around with this stuff a bit more. Oh, it sort of looks nice there. And they have all sorts of different colours too. But after a heap of kerfuffling about, I think I have settled on something like that will do. Yeah. So I've got to start sticking these down. Could do with something more up there maybe of that colour. Maybe. Just leave it there for now. I'm starting these bits though because I do like them. I'm just going to try using my fine tip glue if it works. Must get some acetone to thin this stuff out. Oh, it's coming out all right for a change. Now, I'm going to leave them where they are. I'll just start gluing some of these bits down. Thinking about leaving the ends unstuck a bit anyway, because I don't mind a bit of movement and height since we're going to have the acetate window over the top. After. That looks nice. Now, let's stick this little one down. Oh, I was going to ink these first too, because I think they look good inked. Oh, which means I should have inked that first. We could probably get a little bit on. Let me fix my glue up. And I've got my walnut stain here. And my, don't know what colour I've been using that for. Give this a little bit of inking, just so it's not so pretty. Just try and add a bit of colour to this. Just a little bit up on the end there. All right, that'll do there. Stuff on there. I was going to say a rude word then. I watch myself sometimes. Oop, not that way. That way. for now. I might still add to it, depends. But I do have to get an idea of something I want to do on the inside. Oh, I've got to do the acetate window too. Okay, so I've hunted out my acetate and I found my thin double-sided tape, which should fit nicely on my little frame here. So I might start by running my double-sided tape around. Pretty good. Could like maybe stick it there and that will hold it while I cut the other bits down. Or shall I stick it on one of the sides? Might be a better idea too. Debating whether I put a bead. I might put a bead of glue down as well. Just along here. Don't want too much because I don't want it to come out where we can see it. Let's see how that goes. Now we want a straight end. I think this is straight. I want to put it like that. Sort of straight. It'll do. Alright, now I'll just hold it while I cut these other bits. Right, that should work. So now I'll just use glue and the double-sided tape to stick the rest of the edges down. Okay, so before I clean it, I'll just get some more double-sided tape around on top of the acetate to stick onto our frame. Hopefully that'll work with a bit of glue again. Now the outside we can clean a bit afterwards, so I'll give it a bit of a, try and get some of these glue bombs off. It's the inside that we just don't want anything on at the moment, which is going to be really difficult for me. It picks up every bit of fluff. I think most of the stuff that I can see is on the outside. So I'm going to hold it in my hand so it doesn't get more stuff on it. Get this ready. Now this is going to be tricky. Tricky. Take these bits off. Try not to glue bomb everywhere. I think it's because it's a warm day and my glue is nearly empty. It is. volcanoing. Again, I just want to get it on the outer side a bit so that it hopefully doesn't move into where our window is when we squish it. But I don't trust just double-sided tape for this. Get away from my stuff glue. Now get it up the way I want it. Now I have to get it pretty well spot on here. And that's looking pretty good. I don't know what that is. I'll get that off after. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Miracles. See, if you put too much glue in it, you're going to see it oozing into the window area, which I can't see, so that's good. Could have done a shaker even, but I mean, what would you put in there? Maybe some loose leaves or something, but that's the front so far and I'm loving that. So I might switch it off there, make that it for this time, and then I've got to come back on later. I've got an idea for up here that I want to do. So I'll come back and do that after. So have fun, guys. Hope it's nice wherever you are today, and I will see you after.